Hello friends, this is Manny from AAR. Today I have a video for you. I'm gonna show you how to repair the O-ring seals on the FX Wildcat MKII regulator. So first thing guys that I'm gonna show you, you need, after you remove your two screws, these two there right here, you need to bleed your air tank. So how you gonna bleed it is this screw right here. I'm gonna show you how many stuff that you need or what you really need to get this done and successful. So you're gonna need first 3mm Allen key, 5mm Allen key. If you can, keep a whole set with you because you might need it if you need to adjust your regulator. So what else you might need? You need one of these pigs. I call a doctor pig, whatever you want to call. And you need a adjustable wrench. Really important. One of these, a piece of pliers. Make sure the ones you're gonna get, they're not super wide, one of those super wide, because eventually you need to fit the plier into the air tank and you don't have much space to get the regulator out. If you're gonna adjust your regulator, you're gonna need one of these, I call them caliper gauge, whatever you want to call them. You're gonna need one of these. But most important, you need silicone spray lubricant, because you need to lubricate before you take the regulator out and after you get the regulator out, and then before you put the regulator back in. I'm gonna show you how to do it, guys. And last thing, you need a note, piece of paper, to pencil to make notes eventually. So I'm gonna show you a little bit how to do it. So guys, this is the procedure how to do it. Right after you take these two bolts out, two screws out, I mean, you take it out, your stock is gonna come out. But right before you take the stock out, let's remove the trout out of the regulator, out of the rifle, I mean. Let's take it out to make it easier. Some people take the scope out. I don't do it, and I don't need it because you're already set in. So I take my two bolts out and my two screws out. Sorry again, and this is what you're gonna get. So let's put these to the side. Let's put the stock to the side. So next step, you need the 5mm Allen key, and you're gonna bleed all the air on the rifle. And this screw right in here, right in there. You're gonna pull it out a little bit. You're gonna start hearing the air come out. This is a safety way to do it, guys. That way you don't break any seals, any O-rings, or anything else. You don't damage anything on the gun. So I already did that process. I'm gonna put it back in. Put it tight, gently. So I'm gonna put this one back here. And now you're gonna flip your air rifle. I'll put it this way for you guys. And now you're gonna need the 3mm Allen wrench, and you're gonna lose 1, 2, 3, 4 screws right down on the bottom. So let's do it. One thing for you guys, when you guys put this rifle back together, I'll recommend don't really tighten these 4 bolts. I mean these 4, do it. I'm just keep saying bolts, screws again. Don't tighten them pretty tight. Just a hand tight, you know, gentle. Because in the future, if you need to take them out, they're gonna be tight. So let's make sure they are loose. Okay, this point is really important, guys. When you want to take this part, this tank, out of the rifle, be careful, because after you take the tank and you lose these 4 bolts, everything is gonna start moving. This part is gonna be flimsy, so you don't want to do that. All you need to do is be gentle, really gentle with the rifle, and start unscrew the tank slowly. If you hear some air coming out, just stop and let him bleed. Let bleed by himself. Don't try to do anything else. Don't, just let him bleed. Because sometimes, you know, some little bit of air stay right between the regulator and your hammer. So let's take it out. Make sure you don't have your magazine full in here. It's a safety precaution. And I know probably you guys are gonna say something. Here said Huma regulated. There's a sticker in it. But guys, this is the original one. I take my Huma, I send it back. They're working with it. So that's another story. But after all, guys, they helped me. And now I'm not gonna put the Huma regulator on this air rifle. I'm gonna put it on my Gamo Urban. So that's gonna be another review, another video too. So after you take your tank out, I'm gonna show you something. I take it off already in the parts to double check everything was fine and correct, and I want to give you the right answers and the right way to do it. So gently, you're gonna put the rifle on the side, the top part. You're not gonna try to heat it or drop it or anything like that, because if you do that, you're gonna be in trouble, because everything is gonna start moving. And the hammer pin, the ones that goes in here, I hit a lot of things. So best thing, guys, don't try to hit it, put it somewhere safe. So what you need to do now, well, this part is gonna have a little bit of Loctite because it's a factory. I scratched mine already. You guys can see this part right here, scratch it a little bit. But what you need to do, you're gonna grab 2 Allen wrenches and you're gonna put them inside, one here, one on the other, and then with another bigger Allen wrench, you're gonna try to unscrew slowly. You're gonna screw them slowly. And then some people said, hey, you can heat it up. I don't really recommend that, heat it up, if you don't know how much you're gonna heat it up, because you probably can mess something else in the regulator. So most of the time the regulator is easy to fix when it's leaking. I'm gonna show you where he's leaking. So at this point, when I'm saying it's leaking, you start hearing air coming out of this little hole, and it's bleeding overnight. And then the morning after, you say, why my tank is empty? Why my rifle is empty? So this is why. Let's take this apart. Be gentle. take it out. See, keep this part right here. And now, this is what you get inside there. This is your regulator, and your regulator washer, whatever you want to call, a spacer. This is the spacer. So the spacer should come easy inside and come out, you know, just like that. If not, just with this pick right here, this tiny pick, try to pull it out. So in this step, what you need to do is pull the regulator out, because you probably have an O-ring. So what you need for to pull it out, you're gonna need your pliers, and then you want to hold that blue nut that is in there, that blue nut. I mean, you're gonna put your pliers inside and pull it out gently, smoothly. But right before you do that, you want to spray some of your silicone spray, just a little bit. That way, when you're passing with the O-rings, when you're passing through the threads, you don't mess the O-rings. Because sometimes it's one O-rings and sometimes it's both of the O-rings. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to mess the good one. So let's find out. It's easy. Oops. Now your tank inside there. Okay, here's your regulator, guys. Mine is fine. I just fix it. But most of the time, when you're having problems with leaking in your tank, is these two O-rings. Those are new. I just put it in. But what you need to do with this toothpick or something smaller, you're gonna pull it out, check your two O-rings, and make sure they're not broken. If you find one is kind of broke, kind of sore or whatever, you see some damage in it, replace it. But after that, you gotta make sure you clean your channel. When I'm talking about your channel, is the space between the O-ring and the regulator base. So you make sure there's no water in it, because if you have some water in it, that's gonna cause you it's gonna cause a little bit of rust in the channel, and then your seals are not gonna be working fine. And that's what really happened to me. I replace them because I have them already, so I don't worry about that. But I find out that I have some water inside the tank, some humidity inside the tank. So after I replace them, I clean them pretty good. I double check that it's fine. And what you're gonna do? Next step is this. You wanna grab with your fingers. You wanna push this side. You're gonna hold it, and he will come out. This is your regulator, fellas. Right here. Do you see all of that? Well, that's some of the spray that I use, because I do this almost a couple times already, just to make sure that I was doing it right for you guys. So this is the regulator. This is whatever makes your rifle, you know, be regulated. This is the part that really regulate how much air you got inside your rifle, inside the block. So in this point, guys, you're gonna check these two O-rings, and if you see a lot of corrosion in here, you better take this part out and then screw it out. You might need to put it on the press to hold it tight, and try with this to get it and start spinning out. But remember, guys, this is the point that is kind of tricky. Let me put this part on the side. And you're gonna need, now, you're gonna need your gauge right here. This gauge, let me put it on 0. Yeah, you're gonna use your caliper gauge now, and you're gonna take a reference. Okay, you're gonna take a reference from this point, from the top of the washer to the bottom of this, because you're gonna remove this part. You're not gonna mess around with the washer. You're gonna remove holding this part, for example, like this, guys, like this. You're not gonna mess around with the washers, because if you mess around with the washer, you're gonna mess everything up, and then you will need to send this regulator out to a competent person, to put your regulator back and set it up in the bars that you really need. So you don't want to do that. So the easy way you're gonna do is this. You're gonna measure, take your measurements from the top of the washer to the bottom of your regulator. Then right now is 43.24. Let's do it again and double check. $43.27. Let's do it one more time. $43.34. One more time. $43.27. Once again. 43.27. All right, guys. That's the number that you're gonna look for when you put everything back in. So let's do this, guys. Let's take a piece of paper, and then what you're gonna do, you're gonna put in here 43.27. That was your measurement that you got before you remove your regulator. In my case, I removed the regulator already. I set it up in different bars. But the original ones, the original measurement is the one that you're gonna get when you pull out your regulator. So guys, remember, this is a FX MKII, the Wildcat. The Wildcat, first generation of the Wildcat, is different. I see a video out there. It's pretty good video, but if you take a closer look, and the regulator is different. It's not the same. Eventually, those guys are having a one of those nuts. They keep timed. They keep timed themselves. Loctile, whatever you want to call, secure. So it's different, guys. It's different. It happened to me and take me a little while to get everything back. So let's do this, guys. After you put it on the piece of paper, remember you're gonna need that, because that's how you're gonna set up everything again together. So I'm gonna pull it out. I already untied this one. And let me show you the other seals they need to check. Okay. This part is really important. It needs to be clean inside here. Super clean. But be careful when you're pulling this out, because if you see right here, right inside there, it's a little pin. It's a plastic pin. That's the one that shut down the regulator, or do all that job to shut down the regulator eventually. So be careful. Don't lose that little pin, because you're gonna need it back. So what you need to do now, you're gonna check this one right here, this other O-ring. If you don't have any leaks, or if you have a new ones with you, replace them. Replace them right away, because it's gonna give you more accuracy at the end. Remember, your regulator is the one that give you a lot of accuracy, and the same feet per second is possible. I mean, it's not gonna be changing. You know what I'm talking about, guys. So what you do after you remove and replace these two O-rings over here, you're gonna clean everything around it. And then you set up back your pin. Don't forget about your pin. Remember that. So you're gonna put it back in. Be gentle. Forgot to tell you, you need to put a little bit of Loctile in it. But let's look for our number again. So I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna leave it just right there. I'm not gonna touch my gauge. I know that I gotta screw in this a little bit more. Let's see. I'm getting close. This is kind of tricky, guys. But it's gonna save you a lot of money. All right, getting super close. Okay, all right, guys, let's double check. 33, I'm sorry, 43, 23. So let me open it a little bit. Same, pretty much the same. 23 right now, 43, 23. I'm looking for 43, 27. A little bit more. Let's open a little bit more. 20, 43, 44. Too much. I went too much. Put it back in a little bit. This is the tricky part. $43, $26. Let's double check. Right, put it back in zero, zero it again, then let's do it again. One more time. Need to open it. Open a little bit more. $34. I went too much. $24. $29. Double check. All right, right there, 43.27. That's what we're looking for, guys. So everything, you gotta put it back in. Make sure your pin, your whole pin right here, is match with this one. Everything back in. All right. And you're gonna reassemble everything in the same way. I'm gonna show you one trick, guys, right before I finish this video, how you're gonna do this, how you're gonna put it in. So you're gonna spray again a little bit more of your silicone spray, and you gotta put this right in there. You're gonna push it. Use your Allen wrench. Don't push it from here. Don't push it from the lug nut. Push it right here, right from the sides, just to pass through the threads. As soon as you pass the threads, you're gonna put this in here, and then this part right here is the one that's gonna set your regulator back in the position that you need to go. So don't worry about how deep you're gonna set up the regulator or not, because that's not gonna. Don't worry about it, because this part, as soon as you start screwing in, this part is gonna start pushing and pushing, and you're gonna match this hole, in the regulator. So don't worry about another thing to put the hole right there, matching the hole in here, because the gap is about 1/2 inch between O-ring to the other O-ring, and right between the two O-rings that you have in the outside is the hole that you have in the regulator. So no matter what, the O-rings, that's a job from the O-ring. So put it back in. Let's put it back in. You're gonna tighten this again with your two Allen wrenches. I use the Allen wrenches because I don't have the needle nose or whatever it's called to take that off, but that's the right way to do it, with a needle nose wrench. And then you're gonna take that. You wanna give a hand tight, pressure. That's all you need. You don't need it's not a big deal, because you have a O-ring inside there. It's not gonna leak air from this side or anything like that. So after that, guys, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys learn a little bit. Any question, put it down below and put everything back in safely. One thing, guys, if you're using a hand pump, put one of those small water desiccant, whatever it's called, to protect the water don't go inside your air rifle, because that's gonna make a lot of damage on your rifle. So you don't want that to happen in your rifle, and that's the main problem, and that's the main reason which you got your regulator pretty much leaking all the time, because all the rust built around, all the corrosion is building around the aluminum, is the one that's gonna make your air rifle leak pretty much. So guys, any questions, anything that you need to add, please put it on the comments. I'm trying to do this, guys, for you. I'm trying to help you guys in the easy way. What else I can say about it? Enjoy. One more thing. When you put your regulator back, I hear some people put soap. After they put everything back, you're gonna fill up your regulator, right? Your tank. You're gonna put all the air back in your tank. So make sure you put a little bit of silicone spray in this little hole, and keep looking for bubbles. If you're looking for bubbles, if you see bubbles coming out of these holes, this little hole, take everything again apart, double check all the O-rings, because that means it's leaking and you're gonna still have the same problem. So if you don't have any bubbles come out of that little hole, you're good. So guys, hope you guys enjoy.